Hey everyone, this is Tyler with Rundle Woodworks, and I just wanted to make a quick video on how I personally make my own knife scales. This is some examples of some recent ones that I made. This is zebra wood, and we have African teak, tiger wood, purple heart, and some Padauk. Let's go ahead and go to the garage and I will show you how I made these. Alright, and to start off, we have to make sure that we have the right stock to start cutting. So I usually get 8/4 stock, which is, about 2 inches, to make the scales. I think it's easiest just to make slices out of these pieces. So here's an example of some walnut that I've worked with, and then also some wenge, some stuff I just picked up locally. But yeah, there we go. So I will show you how I set up my saw here in just a second. It's really important to find the right saw blade for what you're going to be cutting. So I went ahead and I bought I think it was about 45 or 60 bucks, but it's a really nice crosscut blade. I think it's 80 teeth, so in Irwin. So yeah, I'd recommend just getting something that's really durable, especially with some of these hardwoods. It's really just going to zip through it really quick, so save yourself some time. So the next step is to measure out exactly how thick you'd want them, the scales independently. So I'm going to move my fence in to about 3/8 of an inch, a little bit more than that, but go ahead and make sure that your blade's at an appropriate height. I don't want a whole lot of slack on it, so I'm going to wheel mine down a little bit. And here we go. Let me get my safety glasses on and we will start cutting this guy up. Alright, so after cutting those guys down, we have these two scales. And they're matchbooked out like that. Look real nice. It's a nice walnut. You can kind of tell that they're not 100% 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and bring these guys over to our chop saw, and we're just going to clean them up real quick. We just have our basic chop saw here, also with a crosscut blade. So here we have our scales, and we just want to make sure that they're exactly back to back. Line them up as I have a stop here, which kind of makes it a little bit easier. But I push them up against this to make sure that they're completely lined up, and move it in. I'm kind of holding the camera, so it's kind of hard to do this, but basically bring it down. Make sure you're only taking off as much as you need, and then go to make the cut. So after cutting those guys down, we make sure that we're 90 degrees here, which looks like we're pretty good. The next step is to make sure these guys are smooth, which makes it a lot easier to shape on the knives themselves. So let's go ahead and sand these guys down. I have a pretty large sander here, so it's a little bit easier for me to do it at home, but I'm just going to turn this guy on and sand these guys down real quick. Alright, so after sanding those guys down, we have some pretty nice scales here. All set up. You can see that they're even and sanded down to, I think this is about 180. I think that's what I have on here. But yeah, so after this, the next step is to polish them up. And I'm going to use some shellac that I have. I'll show that to you guys here real quick. This shellac here. So I'm going to bring this stuff inside and start working on that in a sec. Alright, so from here we have the shellac. Going to give it a quick shake and then pop the top off. I go to Lowe's or Home Depot and I just get these really cheap, 70-cent sponge guys because they work pretty well. So we're just going to take a little bit here. You don't need that much. It kind of depends on which type of wood you use. If it's going to be more of a hardwood, then it's not going to soak up as much. So the next step is to finish these guys up. So go ahead and take your sponge brush with the shellac on it. And I've already done this over here, but you're pretty much just going to brush this on. It's kind of hard for me to do this just because I'm holding the camera, but you get the idea. Go ahead and do that. And then you're going to wait for it to dry for about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. You can just finger touch it. And then you're going to flip it over and then do the sides and the other face. And then after that, you're going to have your finished scales. These are some scales that I've recently finished. These are some more zebra wood, African teak, some more tiger wood, and padauk over here. As you can see, this is pretty easy to do. It's all about finding the right types of wood and just making sure that you have the right tools and time to do it. Well, thanks for watching the video. Once again, this is Tyler from Rundle Woodworks, and I do have some of these scales on my eBay store for sale, so definitely check that out. And thanks for watching, and good luck.